Hello everyone, I'm Ramon Herrera, the lead public affairs coordinator here at Animal Services. Thank you for watching this November episode of our new video show that we call the Animal Services Paw Cast. Coming up in this show, we'll give you an inside look at our kennel operations and what we do to keep them clean and healthy. Also coming up, we'll take a look at how successful our recent adoption efforts have been. And finally, we'll tell you about another free adoption event we have coming up later this month. Let's kick off this podcast by taking a look at the live release rate for the month of October. Last month, Animal Services reached a live release rate of 64.7%. This is an increase from our previous month where the live release rate was 50.9%. If you are not familiar with our recent reform efforts, the City of El Paso earlier this year committed to revamp shelter operations and initiatives in an effort to increase the live release rate. A goal has been set and we are committed to have an average live release rate of 90% or higher by the end of 2020. While you can't mention the live release rate without mentioning our adoptions, and we were very busy in the month of October. Last month, El Paso Animal Services adopted a total of 554 animals. Now, we had several adoption specials last month that helped support this outcome, like Animal Services Barktoberfest and Meowtoberfest, in which we waived adoption fees for 2 days. Also last month, we held an Adopt Don't Shop adoption special to remind the public about the importance of adopting a shelter or rescue pet. And don't forget, you can always see our adoptable pets online at epanimalservices.com, or you can visit us in person at 5001 Fred Wilson Avenue. Well, with the presidential race taking place this month, we had a little bit of fun here at the shelter with a special adoption promotion called Race for the Right House. This election-themed special offered reduced adoption fees of $20 from November 1st through 8th, but we also completely waived adoption fees on Election Day for anyone who had an I voted sticker. In addition to the adoption special, our very own shelter pets got to cast their vote for president by choosing their preferred candidate. Several shelter pets were brought into the play yard where we had a voting booth with treats. The pups casted their vote by selecting which bowl they selected. The media really enjoyed this fun event, and in the end, the shelter pups had selected the Republican candidate for shelter president. While Black Friday is also around the corner, and Animal Services is going to be taking part in Black Friday with our own Black Friday Frenzy Sale, or our BFF sale as we're calling it. The BFF sale is sponsored by Zappos and will waive adoption fees for all animals November 25th through 28th. Zappos will be covering the cost of all the adoptions that Animal Services will be providing, and we'd like to give a big thank you to Zappos for their support. Well, here at Animal Services, we get all types of visitors from the community, and last month we had a Girl Scout troop visit us, who also lent a helping hand to some of our shelter pups by offering them a little TLC. The girls gave baths and belly rubs to the pups. We'd like to thank Girl Scout Troop 43 for their time and kindness. Now, if your group would like to visit and volunteer at the shelter, they can contact our volunteer coordinator, Rose Janice, at janicera@elpasotexas.gov. Being a successful shelter means being a safe and healthy shelter, and our kennel attendants play a big role in this mission. We give you an inside look at what it takes to care for the more than 400 animals in our care.
My name is James Boyd. I'm an Animal Services attendant. I've been here approximately 7 years.
Mr. Boyd is just one of several attendants at El Paso Animal Services that work hard to keep the shelter clean and comfortable for the hundreds of animals in our care.
Essentially what we do is clean and disinfect where the animals are housed, the cages and the runs, and we're trying to control disease and provide them with a clean environment while they're here.
The day starts early for attendants like Mr. Boyd, feeding the animals and cleaning their kennels all before the sun comes up.
The first thing you do is you remove the animal from the cage or the run. You pick up the food bowl, you poop scoop, sweep up hair if you can. You keep the animal away from it while you're applying the disinfectant. You go in, you apply the disinfectant, you scrub, you want to have a 10-minute exposure of the disinfectant. You rinse thoroughly and get the animal back, and you always give it fresh water.
As you can see, the job of attendant is no easy task, but it's definitely an important one.
There are easier, safer ways of earning an income. Animal care is work. It's not fun and games. You don't just play with them. It really is not for everyone, and I don't mean to imply that I'm patting myself on my back, but it is not for everyone. You have to want to do it.
But Mr. Boyd says the job does have its perks, as he often gets to witness the joy of a pet owner reconnecting with their lost pet.
And they come out here, they can be emotional, and the pet is here, and they're reunited, and they take it home. That's probably one of the best aspects of the job.
But the job also involves frustration, as attendants are also witness to the pet overpopulation issue.
We do care about the animals. You're not unfeeling. We deal with a community-wide problem that's city and county-wide. It's an ongoing problem that involves everyone in the community, not just animal services. Everyone has to participate and try to solve the problems.
Thank you to Mr. Boyd for allowing us to follow him during his morning shift. Well, that does it for us on this November episode of the El Paso Animal Services Pawcast. We'd like to remind you, if you want to learn more about El Paso Animal Services, visit us online at epanimalservices.com. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search for El Paso Animal Services. Well, thank you again for watching this podcast, but before we leave you, we want to show you some of our play groups in action. Again, thank you for being a friend and a partner of El Paso Animal Services.